It's the loading okay. Everyone, okay. It's the loading screen. Okay. Moving on. Moving on to the actual list, first up we have the MANEATER BOAR, also known within the community as Epic Name Bro. The first time you experience this glutton is probably one of the most cinematic experiences without it being sliced out as a cutscene. You approach this long, dark-looking sewer pipe. You see a ladder to the right, but want to know what's down this foggy cave. There's something you see breathing at the end, but it's nothing but a blur. If you choose to start walking into the boar's den, it'll start a charge. I've never run back in the opposite direction so quickly. Luckily, I managed to get up the ladder and never looked back until I started playing through it again. In that case, I went up behind it and stabbed it in the ass. Take that, you damn pig. Now, unlike the boar, the church giant is on the list for looking awesome. I don't really have a story of my first interaction with these giants, just when I saw them, they were really cool designed enemies, and then they smashed me into the ground. There's a few enemies in this area with the same general aesthetic to the giants, but I don't know, they kind of remind me of an enemy that would be in an earlier Souls game, more so than the beasts of Bloodborne. Maybe that's how they made it onto the list. However they made it on, these giants look intimidating and were a great enemy to fight. Oh my god. This one's for you arachnophobes out there. Walking into a room and seeing this giant spider hanging from the roof, it's just gross. I mean, there's nothing out of the ordinary here, it's just a huge, monstrous spider, and that's all I really have to say about this thing. Just enjoy the big, fuck-off spider. The Scourge beasts are one of the most well-known enemies from Bloodborne. These are the werewolves you encounter in Yharnam. Actually, the very first enemy you go up against is one of these Scourge beasts, and if you're like me, you ran past everything and got to the first lantern accidentally. Look, I was searching for a weapon, I wasn't scared or anything, but I'm pretty sure the thing you're supposed to do is box this werewolf with your bare fists until he tears you apart and sends you to the hunter's dream. Don't even get me started on the two Scourge beasts on the bridge later on. They met the Molotov cocktail demise. But no matter how you tackle these beasts, werewolves, whatever you want to call them, these are a great enemy, and one of the iconic ones that will always be remembered in Bloodborne. So I thought, hey, never seen this guy before. A new enemy holding a sack, maybe of potatoes. At this point of the game, I was just looking for a new way to go, so I thought, hey, it's worth a shot. He followed up by kicking my ass into oblivion, literally. I thought I was dead, instead I woke up in some strange, scary new place where all the enemies were a lot more tougher than the ones I've been facing. This was also so unexpected. Who would have thought dying was a way to progress to an area you shouldn't be at yet? Either way, I teleported out 2 minutes later and was back to where I wanted to be. I don't think that sack was full of potatoes either. Do you think he puts you in the sack? Man. Well, this is just gross. This is what they named the cramped casket. I have fond memory of these suckers. Fond memories of running down the streets in panic, being chased by about 82 of them. And how about that name, eh? Cramped casket actually reminds me of my uncle's funeral. I didn't want to leave because of the free donuts, so I decided to hide somewhere.
It actually reminds me of my uncle's funeral. I didn't want to leave because of the free donuts.
Also, these are just on the list for being terrifying. Not awesome, just so you know. Remember the one in the big cart that just pops out of nowhere? What a nightmare. What a nightmare this place is. Welcome to the list, brain suckers. These are those squid heads that extend some slimy pipe into somewhere in your face and suck out your brain, I'm guessing. I died to these bastards a few times because of this. Apart from their brain slurping move, they're not too difficult to fight. It's just their grotesque head and whatever it is that stretches out to absorb your brains is enough to land at a spot on the list. Seriously, it's an instant kill for the health I had at the time. Terrifying. Snake parasites are basically the tentacle plant zombies from Resident Evil 4 and 5, I guess, kind of. That's all I could think of when I was facing these guys. I certainly didn't expect the instant kill if they grab you up close and destroy you with their many heads, but you know what? That's half of the charm of them. Their whole forest area is probably one of the most memorable areas in the game for me. I'm not sure what it is with From Software and snakes, but seems to be quite a few snake enemies throughout their games. But tell you what, I love them. The ones from Dark Souls and Sen's Fortress were hilariously great. Certainly when they got run down by the boulders or knocked off the edge from the plethora of saw traps. Getting back to the subject, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil 4, so the fact that these guys reminded me of the same way that enemies would mutate after you shot their faces off in RE4 brought them onto the list. Number 1, Winter Lantern, the most disturbing enemy in Bloodborne. Hear that singing in the background right now? That is what the Winter Lanterns sound like before you fight them. Creepiest thing I've ever seen. Also, they just build up your frenzy meter instantly, and then they bite you. It's horrendous. Congratulations, Winter Lanterns, you deserve this spot. Also, look at them. Just look at them. So to finish off the video, I thought we would just enjoy the Winter Lanterns singing together. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the Bloodborne bosses video should be here soonish, so stay tuned for that. And leave a comment below telling me your favorite Bloodborne enemies and any ideas you have for top lists for Bloodborne, Dark Souls, any of those kind of games. Even Witcher. I'm actually working on a Witcher 3 list as well at the moment. It's kind of a dumb one, though. All my videos are dumb. What am I talking about? But if you're looking to support my dumb videos, you can head over to patreon.com/Indeimaus. Check it out, starts from $1 a month. You can get your name in the credits, you can get behind the scenes stuff, you can get free art like thumbnails, avatars, all kind of cool stuff. Go check it out if you want to support my style of videos. Keep the channel running, because ad revenue, not that great right now. Definitely if you're like me and you release like one video every 2 weeks, because it takes 2 weeks to work on these damn videos. But I appreciate all the support, all my patrons at the moment. I highly appreciate it after for the past however long you've been supporting me. It means the world to me, and it keeps this content coming out. So